Okay?
So, first of all, I want to ask you, what do you think or what do you find in terms of the movie collection or the movie selection this time in Mami as compared to the Mamis that you've probably attended before? Is there a different touch to it this time?
I can't answer that because I've been so busy with my film Bomkesh Bakshi and I haven't started really seeing films this time in Mami. So I won't be able to tell you what's the qualitative difference between the last one and this one. All I know is that Mami has been kind of brought back into life. It was almost sort of kind of going away and someone snatched it away. Some people snatched it away from the jaws of oblivion. And that's the happiest thing because as long as something lives, there's hope. And something like Mami should live on.
Right. So do you think there needs to be paid more attention in terms of planning it, organizing it, or more of an industry input coming in? Because this time, we had a lot of supporters coming at the last moment.
But that's what happened, didn't it? Because I think Mami this year is happening because the industry supported it. The people who love cinema supported it. I hear it's been crowdfunded this year, and people who mean something in the world of cinema and people who love cinema supported it. And that's the way it should happen. I really hope that Mami becomes a thriving people's film festival and one of the best festivals in India. Because Mami is run not by bureaucrats. Mami is not run by, companies. Mami today is not run by people who got nothing to do with cinema. Mami's today is run by and enjoyed by people who make films, enjoy films, see films. Like I've been a film fan for much longer than I've been a filmmaker. So most filmmakers are film fans as well. So Mami is a real festival that can actually show the way for a lot of other such festivals in Asia.
Dibakar, do you think it's better than being all of it being corporate funded? Do you think this is better?
I think this is better. I think corporate funding definitely gives any festival the basic support to be just there. But after that, if there's a public and industry support, it becomes everyone's festival. And then the vibe that you get is much better.
What prompted you to present the film first, and how do you think
Oh, definitely. And I'm here because of a huge bout of depression that I went through after I watched Bandit Queen when I was 23. I used to only dream of filmmaking, and I was not really a filmmaker then. And then I saw Bandit Queen and I realized that Shekhar had done everything that I had wanted to do about 20 years before me. So it was before its time, it was before my time. And I'm here because I'm permanently depressed by Bandit Queen because I couldn't make that film and Shekhar made it, and it'll forever hurt me.
Is there a sense of enviness?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm green with envy. I'm green with jealousy that I'm not the guy who made Bandit Queen. And Shekhar Kapoor, the great director, made Bandit Queen. I am jealous of him.
Did Bancha was the casting director?
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think this is something fair?
No, not at all. I think over the years, casting has come up. Through my own films, through my own casting directors, through my own experiments with casting, of casting from non-actors, from theatre actors and all that, I think casting is something that has improved in the Indian cinema over the last 10-15 years.
Do you feel films like Bandit Queen still have a resonance today because the kind of times we live in and what we see happening around the countryside?
Completely. Bandit Queen was true when Bandit Queen was true at the time at which the events played out, 70s. Bandit Queen was true at the time when the film was made, 90s. Bandit Queen is true today. Bandit Queen is the picture of India that we would like to forget. And Bandit Queen is a picture of India that is insidiously being painted right under our noses by people who want to divide the country on the lines of caste, on the lines of sex, on the lines of religion, on the lines of community. Bandit Queen at its core is about the deep disease that India today has, which is about repressing a caste, repressing a certain gender, repressing a certain community, repressing a certain religion, and inflicting untold violence on that. And films like Bandit Queen are needed for us who are kind of protected from that, to remind us that that India is there right away, about to, I mean, it's a 3-hour drive to that hell from any city.
Many activist groups, when the film came out in the beginning, especially women's rights groups, had attacked Shekhar Kapoor very pointedly about the film. And do you feel now, over a period of time, has the atmosphere to make films and be accepted for what you do improved, or are we going back in time?
I don't think the attack that Bandit Queen faced because of the very graphic depiction of Phulan Devi's alleged gang rape has got anything to do with a regressive atmosphere. I think it's debatable. I'm a big fan of the film, and I think it's debatable. I think it's arguable how any rape scene is depicted in cinema without it inciting any amount of prurient, vicarious pleasure in a watching male. I think that's a prime cinematic challenge. In fact, after watching Bandit Queen, I was trying to figure out how to show sex on screen without anyone getting titillated by it, which I tried in LSD, and I think it's the most distasteful sex scene I have seen in my life. So I think I succeeded partly, but I've had countless chats with Shekhar about this. I think those protests are arguable, debatable. So I won't get in the line of fire because it's between the maker and it's between whoever protests. It's a contentious fight between those who take that contention. But today, another kind of repression, another kind of regression has come in, which is about you not being able to say what you think. You not having the freedom to say what you think. It's easier to take any problem, pay lip service to it, hide it under the carpet, than show it the way it is. And that's the danger of the times that we're living in today.
Dibakar, one last question I want to ask you. There's been a lot of talk about Bollywood coming in and supporting Mami and how it's nodded. It's also, there's a comment also that Mami has this time become sexy. What do you have to say about that? With so much glitz coming in.
Man, I have no idea. I mean, if a little bit of glitz and sex gets somebody from New Bombay to come and watch a film from Iran which tells him that, hey, we are the same, I don't mind it. I think a festival has to root itself in its current present times. And for that, if it needs to have a certain change of appearance every year, fine. As long as we don't forget that this is a festival. This is not a marketing event. This is not a selling event. This is an event about showing you giving you a window and a glimpse into cinema from all over the world.
Thank you so much.
He's not here, that's why he asked me to come and present it, because he was in London, and I think now he's in, I'm not sure, he's in some festival. He's in Rotterdam.
Oh, right. Okay, now we get it.
Actually, we told in the morning that Anish Char is already sound. So,
Yeah, I just asked me to just come and speak about it.
fantastic.
Okay.
और आगे बोला यार उन्हें
Sexy is good. I think for the film festival to survive, if it means becoming sexy, then by all means, I think it's finally taken the industry, like this year, because we didn't have sponsorship, to actually sort of wake up and say, look, we need to sort of go out there in numbers, show up our support for the film festival. Otherwise, it'll die, and that's just not right. So that's why everybody's pulling in the favors they can, but I think the industry is just genuinely out there supporting the film and supporting the festival and out there. And so yeah, it's glamorous, and I think it's a good thing. It just helps us support the festival for the next few years or whatever. It is, in a sense, in this one single year, yes, it might be better because it's suddenly woken people up and people are there, and the energy behind the festival is great because everybody's kind of like, you put in your blood, sweat and tears, you put in your effort, you put in your money as well, and I think that you really sort of like want to make it work because of the future. I don't think it's a model that can be sustained every single year. I don't think people are going to, Manish Mundra is not going to go out and they're putting 50 lakhs every single year. I hope he does, but I doubt it. So we need to find a definite model that's going to help us sustain the festival for the next few years to come. I think the energy this year is fantastic because of the crowdfunding, but I don't think you can sustain it for every year. And I don't think we should. I don't think we should sort of depend on the people to sort of fund the festival. I think we should definitely get the industry in general to sort of like, get behind it, and sponsors to get behind it, because, and now that they've seen that the industry is behind it and the glam factor is there, so therefore hopefully we get sponsorship.
Having said that, how do you see Mavi in the long run? Because as you just said, everybody can't be funding for the movie all the time. Are you looking for sponsorship?
No, of course we're looking for sponsorship. We're still looking for sponsorship all the time. Even as we go right now, we're still looking for sponsorship. But I think the strategy is to basically use this festival as a launching pad and say that if we can sustain this and sustain this energy and sustain this, if it means sexiness, then that's the right word. To hopefully go and show the sponsors that, look, this is what we can do, and this is what we can do for the next 5-10 years. So let's get behind us and let's not have this happen again.
The festival also has a segment wherein Indian producers can tie up with or get associated with French cinema. Are you also looking forward to the segment?
The remake market. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what. I'm probably going to see some of the films. But...
Thank you.
Thanks.